Hey, it's Emily. Can we have a heart-to-heart real quick? I just wanted to let you know that I see you. And gosh, I know that you've tried every diet and you're just over dieting in general, right? And maybe you've been a longtime listener of the show and have implemented some of the habit hacks I've shared here, but you just haven't been able to be consistent due to, well, life and overwhelm. It's not your fault your habits haven't been sticking for you. You just need to do them differently. You need a habit strategy catered towards you, a busy working mom who knows the value of taking care of her health. But you just need a simple system to create habits that don't feel overwhelming and give you back the energy you need and deserve. So it's time to take action, and this is it. My years of being a fitness professional and training moms in particular, I saw a gap between knowing, that we need to work out, eat healthy, and talk nice to ourselves, and actually doing it. Our day-to-day life is just so unexpected due to the invisible load that we carry that it has just been impossible to make your healthy habits stick. That's where the Healthy Habits Accelerator pod course comes into play. I created my signature program with you in mind, ensuring you'll finish it. It's an audio course, and I know you'll be able to complete it on the go, in the car pickup line, or even taking a shower. In just 10 episodes that you can easily binge in just a day or two, you'll leave with a 21-day plan to build momentum in your habits and feel good in your favorite leggings too. And this is all without dieting. Now, this is higher level habit strategy where we dig deeper into my atomic habit hacking system for women to address diet culture mentality, emotional eating, time, and family challenges with food, chaos, disorganization, confidence, self-care, consistency, and sustainability in your workouts, and time and convenience habit hacks, and so much more. This is based off of research, client testimonials, and conversations with you all as far as your biggest healthy habit challenges that you have. We will cover it in the pod course. Plus, I just added 2 bonus trainings and 150 habit loops to help inspire you to create your own. And we even do bi-monthly group coaching calls when you need my eyes on your habit loops to help you continue taking action. Now, you'll leave with my habit hacking trifecta 21-day plan that is going to give you the confidence that you can make your habits stick and train for life and really just fall in love with the process of making your health an automatic habit that you don't even have to think about even more. And since I love my podcast listeners so much, and to celebrate you, I want to give you $20 off of the Healthy Habits Accelerator pod course. Just go to bit.ly/Healthy Habits pod course and just use the code podcast at checkout to get $20 off. It's linked in the show notes for you as well. I am so rooting for you, girlfriend. Okay, let's get into the show. Hey girl, do you wish you could make your healthy habits stick, but life keeps getting in the way? Are you tired of diet culture telling you to shrink yourself when you'd rather just find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and feel and look good in your favorite leggings? Then you're in the right place. Think of this as Atomic Habits for women. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, millennial mom, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. I'm here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about health and our habits. How do I know? Because I've gone from former chronic dieter to habit hacker through the power of the system that I'm now going to teach you so you can finally stop dieting and just train for life via your habits. Remember, it's not your fault your healthy habits haven't stuck. We just have to do them differently. Are you ready to habit hack your health? Then let's do this. You're listening to episode 260 of Habit Hack Your Health. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. I have a question for you. Do you follow any influencers online that do get ready with me's or day in the lives? They call them diddles sometimes. And when they're doing their skincare routine, for example, it's 20 plus steps long. There's grabbing each product and doing the ASMR, like on the top of the bottle of lotion, or they're swirling around the glass bottle with the little dropper for their serum. This is like my comfort content to tell you the truth. When I just want to scroll and zone out, that's what I like to personally watch, and funny dog videos too. But just like, it's called influencers influence, and they may influence you to purchase all of those 20 plus products they are using. Not only can that really just break the bank for you, but that can take up an extra, 20, 30 minutes in your skincare to be able to go through all of the steps and apply it in the right order. And you just don't really have that time available. So maybe those products end up sitting and doing nothing for you. I recently just went through all of my vanity and my bathroom closet, and there was so many things I threw out that were expired, that I hadn't used, or I forgot that I had, just because I like to do skincare and I like beauty and makeup. But sometimes that can be overindulgent for me as far as buying things that I'm not using on the regular for what I do in my day-to-day life. I work from home, I teach group fitness, and I'm just not wearing a lot of makeup. Now, I'm definitely interested in anti-aging. You other mamas in your early 40s like me, like I am all about the SPF and putting on anti-aging serums and doing the gua sha now. And my son's taught me about mewing now too. It's just ridiculous. So you know what I'm talking about if you have a teenage son, like I do. Or maybe you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Maybe you're not easily influenced like I am sometimes, and you don't make makeup or skincare a priority for yourself because maybe it feels vain or selfish, or you feel guilty or overindulgent in taking care of yourself in that way. And we don't have to view self-care in this way for you, but more so as a priority to help you feel your best. However, I think there is for sure a middle ground. There's a middle ground to finding ways to take care of your skin, like very into anti-aging right now. That's very simple. And to wear makeup or even just a lip gloss to help you feel your best, confident self. Your confidence is personal to you. So, for example, I am blonde-headed, blue eyes. I have very fair eyelashes. I do not leave the house. I don't even check the mail without mascara on or my Lashify lashes. It helps save me time. It helps me feel put together. I love it. And that's something personal for me, right? You might have something personal, like you have this favorite lip gloss you wear, or you, maybe you got your eyebrows microbladed and that helps you feel more confident and that you're put together. Or maybe it's just a lotion that makes your skin feel glowy and smooth, or that smells really good, right? I think there's a middle ground that we can find in regards to beauty and skincare to help us feel our most confident without it feeling overindulgent or overwhelming. So I have the perfect person to talk to you about this today. My friend Jennifer is on the show to chat more about skincare and beauty habits and to really help you find that middle ground. Now, when I have polled my audience, when I've created my programs, and when I chat with my one-on-one clients, when it comes to mindset, right, I only talk about 3 fundamental needs: your mindset, your movement, or your food freedom habits, because we're keeping it super simple here because we need simple. We're crazy busy moms, right? Confidence is always one of the major mindset habits that we all struggle with. And that's why there is a whole lesson on this inside of the Healthy Habits Accelerator in the mindset section, specifically some habit loops, some ways we have to overcome the way we think about ourselves, and confidence as well. We really have to start with our mindset and our habit identity when it comes to our own self-worth. So if that is part of your own healthy habits, you need to have a little help in, I got you. Go to the link in the show notes and grab the Healthy Habits Accelerator. You'll not only cover mindset habits, but also food freedom and movement, all from that Atomic Habits for Women philosophy. But you can build confidence in many ways for yourself, right? It's not just about beauty or skincare, but that is what we are focusing on today. So let me tell you about my friend Jennifer Christopherson on the show today. She's a 20-plus year licensed esthetician and makeup artist and host of Beauty Advice Made Simple. She's worked in spas like Canyon Ranch in Las Vegas and med spas, is also a regional makeup artist for brands like Bobbi Brown, Laura Mercier, and It Cosmetics. So she's a full-time homeschooling mama to her boy and girl 11-year-old twins, and her husband works for the U.S. government overseas. So Jen's beauty expertise and my expertise on habits are going to just meld together like your perfect little contouring palette for your face to leave you ready to just take action and feel your most confident from the inside out. So let's get into this conversation with Jennifer. Make sure to stay till the end. I'll share my 3 biggest takeaways for you. And y'all, trust me, you want to listen all the way through. A couple of Jen's tips blew my mind. And I know you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is golden. Okay, let's go talk to our friend Jen.
All right, gang, thank you so much again for tuning in to Habit Hack Your Health. I am so excited for you to hear from my friend Jennifer Christopherson of Beauty Advice Made Simple. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Emily, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Same. All right, girl. Well, the first question I ask every guest is, what is your favorite habit hack? It can be anything.
I've got a lot, but I have to say right now it's concerning my health. And I've been doing apple cider vinegar pills in the morning, first thing with water, right even before coffee.
I love that. I love that. And that's way better than doing like the actual shot of apple cider vinegar, speaking from experience.
Yes. I went through a whole bottle of the Bragg before I found out on Amazon that they make capsules that aren't gummies, that don't have sugar, that you can just take. And I was like, why didn't I do this since day one?
Oh my gosh. Immediately adding to cart. Immediately.
Right.
I love that so much. I love it. Really great habit hack, especially first thing in the morning. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, girlfriend? Think of what has led you really to what you do today, and more importantly, who you are.
Well, I've been a licensed esthetician and a makeup artist for over 20 years. I got my aesthetic license when I was living in Las Vegas back in 2004, and I went to makeup school in California in 2002. So I've always been a beauty enthusiast, makeup, skincare lover. So it just made sense. I mean, I went to college, I did the whole traditional thing, but when I hit early 30s, I was like, I need to go to school for this. This is my love.
I love that so much. I feel like a lot of times, I'm 42. I feel like we were taught, like, we go to college, we go get the career. And then I feel like a lot of us get within that career and like, no, it's not really what I wanted to do. And we follow our own passions, which I really love.
Exactly. Or we realize, we went to school and we have a general knowledge of a bunch of things, but we don't really feel like we honed in on anything that would be a passion or something that really lights us up.
Well, I can tell beauty, skincare, all the above is something you're very passionate about, and obviously something you're very skilled at as well. And I really wanted you to come on today, Jennifer, because, I'm a health coach. I'm a health and fitness coach, habit coach. When I work with women, we talk about food freedom, movement, habits, but also the hardest one is always mindset habits. It's always comes down to mindset, in particular, confidence. And this is one that I personally struggle with the most as well. And really just seeing our own true beauty from the inside out, how the Lord sees us, and we can really hold ourselves back sometimes. So I really want to dig a little deeper into how we can go about habits of beauty to help us feel confident instead of so self-deprecating of ourselves all the time. So how can these beauty habits really help us feel more confident?
Well, that is, first of all, a really, really good question. And I have to say that as a very strong Christian, the reason why I even wanted to start my podcast and go on and talk to women is because I really feel like we are so often looking at our beauty and our self-worth through the world's lens, but we forget to stop and remember that there's only one person that matters. And if we are reflecting his love and goodness back from him onto ourselves, we're on the right track. So, skincare and beauty and makeup are so tied into a woman's self-confidence and a woman's self-worth. And I find that I meet two kinds of women usually. And I don't want to say that they're extremes, but I wish more were in the middle. And what I mean is, I meet women that are either just so bought into this vain, self obsessed, vanity, social media culture, and they're maybe overindulging in products and using too much, or there's someone that really doesn't feel that they know what they're doing and then they just don't do anything at all. But both stem from a real lack of self-worth, the way that we should be seeing ourselves through God's eyes. We're just not looking through his lens about our worth and why we're worth somewhere in the middle. We don't have to be extreme. We don't have to be overly vain, nor do we have to neglect ourselves. It's somewhere in the middle. We need to see ourselves the way God sees us, basically.
Yeah. And that's really hard. I think sometimes we develop habits of not being in the middle, right? We're either like, okay, I'm going to keep doing as much as I can to make myself feel confident via overindulging in all the products. And we see influencers online, like, here's my 20-step skincare routine. And it's like, oh my gosh, how does they have time to do
Yes.
all of that? And are they
It's
doing it in the
nuts.
right order? And then on the other hand, like you said, not knowing what to do, and we just kind of give up on ourselves. And it's like, well, or sometimes I feel like we maybe feel guilty or vain, or like I shouldn't even take care of myself at all in that way in regards to beauty or even
Yes.
self-care in that matter. So I love that you're like, I wish we could help women find a place in the middle.
Absolutely, because I think everything in moderation. And when you're in that middle and you've got that really strong footing, confidence, self-worth, you can't go wrong. You don't want to be an extremist on those other two ends. That's not fun.
Yeah, totally. That's not fun. Well, I love skincare. I love beauty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't leave my house without lashes because I'm blonde and I look naked without
I
them.
love it. I love it. I think you said you use Lashify. I
I
love
do. I
Lashify.
use
Good.
Lashify. I'm
It's
obsessed. I'm
great.
obsessed. And I get up super early to coach fitness classes. And I learned early on, like, I'm up like at 4 a.m. trying to put mascara on. And I'm like, I can't see very well. I'm like still half asleep. It's been a game changer. It's a habit, a beauty mindset habit that I've been going strong for about probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. And my husband's
Yes.
like, that's part of our monthly budget. Is that all these Lashify?
Yes. And what's
Lashes.
wonderful, yeah, you found something that makes you feel good,
Mhm.
that enhances, all of that confidence that you already have is just so much more enhanced because you're taking care of you. And then you can go out and give your best to your people, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, let's get into all things beauty habits.
Yes. Let's.
I'm so excited to talk to you because, like I mentioned, my listeners are like midlife moms, late 30s, early 40s, and I feel
Yep.
like we're really interested in skincare habits, but we're not really sure what to do. And I know I'm at the age now where I'm like looking at anti-aging and things that are really simple to use and can really help with combating aging or hiding any fine lines or anything like that. So, what would be like basic 101 skincare strategy habits you would tell a listener today, Jennifer?
Well, the first thing I would want to find out is how many products are you using on your skin? What's going on there? We were joking about the 10-step skincare routines. That's literally the bane of my existence. I see those videos and I just have to scroll past really fast because I'm like, you do not need that much. It's crazy. You just do not. You just don't. So I would want to find out how many products are you using, because I can guarantee you she's probably using too many. And when I say she, I mean one of your people, one of my people. But yeah, it's always too much. I mean, these women are using serums, 3 different kinds of serums. They're exfoliating twice a day, every day, 7 days a week. It's too much. So that's the first thing I would say, is that your skin needs basic things to thrive. And that means less products. And I can almost guarantee you that if you are using more than 5, that's kind of a bit much. But I mean, if you're using like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things, if you ever get irritated or something happens, how do you know what the heck is confusing and irritating your skin? You don't. It's just, you have to tone it back. It's just too much.
We're using too much. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
really interesting because it's the same thing when we talk about food. Like if you're eating all these different things that maybe aren't
Mhm.
so great for your gut, how can you
Yes.
figure out is it dairy making you bloat or is it gluten? And just kind of experimenting with that to see. So what would be like the top three products someone should include in maybe their morning skincare routine and their evening skincare routine? Because it might be different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. And if anyone is familiar with my podcast or what I talk about, I did a back to basics series on it in where I was talking about, look, seriously, ladies, we need to get down to basics. It's all about what are you cleansing with? How are you cleansing? Because most women are way too harsh in the way that they cleanse, usually because they're using 5 different things, right? I want to find out how they're moisturizing, how they're hydrating their skin. And I also want to make sure that number one priority, if you do nothing else, daytime SPF of minimum 30. So that's what I would say is proper cleansing, proper hydration and moisture, and those are different, and also daily protection. And when I talk about cleansing, I one of the first things I tell a client is, are you washing your face in the morning? 9 out of 10 say, oh yeah, for sure. And I'll say, that's the number one thing you need to stop doing right now. So yeah.
Interesting. So
Yes.
stop washing your face first thing in the morning. Why is that?
Long story short, it has to do with our barrier. And during the night, a lot of us, we're good. We're doing a night cream or lotion, whatever it is. But our skin is also working to produce lots of wonderful natural moisturizing factors. And when you wake up in the morning, you're probably not dirty because you just washed your face the night before. And you're basically been marinating and soaking in all your products, plus marinating and soaking in all those great, wonderful things, we talked about that the skin ourselves is doing to lubricate and hydrate. That really protects our skin during the day. So if you wake up and you wash your face, you're washing away all that goodness. So you really don't need to. You can use a light mist of water. You can splash your face a couple times. But beyond that, 9 out of 10 women, I'm telling you, they do not need to be washing their face in the morning.
Okay, that just blew my mind. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I guess I don't really wash my face first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'll
Mm-hmm.
splash cool water on my face and I'll use an ice roller sometimes,
Yeah.
like under my eyes, because I'm really puffy when I get up to coach really early. And plus, it just wakes me up as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, that is a game-changing habit right there. Don't wash your face first thing in the morning. Like you said, you've been marinating all night.
Well,
Just let it keep
actually,
going.
yeah, but beyond that, it's not just first thing. Don't wash your face in the AM. You don't have to. I
Mhm.
mean, say if you're working out and that's part of your AM routine, afterwards you have to
Sure.
wash your face, obviously. But if you're waking up and you're going into work or whatever it is you're doing, just go right into your skincare. You don't need to wash your face.
That's amazing. And of course, SPF, that is king. I know just looking at like my mom and my grandma and thinking about like them, they're like, oh man, I wish I wore more
Yes.
sunscreen. And they're really noticing aging happening as well.
Absolutely. The SPF it's a non-negotiable. And a lot of the people that I've talked to or send me emails, especially after I did the episode about you don't have to wash your face in the morning, usually ever. And they were like, well, that's just gross because like, I don't know that. And I'm like, seriously, you don't have to. And it's, I tell them wash your face at night when you're removing that daily SPF that you have to use every day. So that's when it's a non-negotiable. In the PM,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
washing your face, but that's because you're washing off your SPF, your makeup, whatever it is.
Gosh, this sounds much more cost efficient too in the long run because you're not using
Yeah,
much product.
absolutely. And you will start noticing a big difference. The biggest thing I hear from clients is that the texture really smooths out. And
Mm.
that's just because you're not disrupting your skin's natural barrier twice a day, every single day.
Mm.
So oily people can do this. People that are acneic can do this. It's all skin types across the board.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we got our skincare. Now let's talk about makeup. I don't wear as much makeup as I used to because I teach group fitness, but I love
Mhm.
putting on makeup. I love getting dolled up when I do it. But I feel like the same with skincare. Sometimes we're using too many products and we really want to be able to enhance our natural beauty. And there's a lot of women that are listening that are 40 plus and they're like, I don't want to put on
Yes.
too much and like make myself look older too. So, what are some of
Mhm.
your top makeup tips?
Top makeup tips is if you can find a good multitasking foundation slash tinted moisturizer slash SPF, that's when you get into that golden territory, especially if you're super busy, like how you're talking about how, you're teaching your classes, you're doing all these things. Nobody really wants heavy, cakey makeup. They want to look fresh, they want to look pretty. So why not combine your products, get a real winner, and then just, yeah. So multitasking protective color products are great.
Okay, I'm doing a good thing. I wear tinted moisturizer with SPF in it.
Perfect, girl.
And I think a lot of times, because we are very influenced by what we see online, makeup can get really, really expensive as well. Some of
Yeah.
these really crazy brands have really crazy prices as well. Do
So
we
I
use
will
those more
say,
expensive brands or what?
yeah, but you know what? I will say, walking into the drugstore now, walking into Walmart, Target, Kohl's, or wherever, Ulta, it seems like the stuff on the drugstore side is just as expensive as the stuff that's in Sephora's or department stores. It's crazy.
So interesting. So, is there a certain line of products you would recommend to someone, or just find, like you said, multitasking products? But as far as other makeup products, is there something you would suggest they would also use for like everyday use other than like tinted moisturizer?
Well, it depends if they're a clean beauty enthusiast or not. There are a lot of
Mhm.
people out there that have a strict list of things that they will not use or put on their skin. And in that sense, I say, girlfriend, more power to you. Awesome. Some clean beauty lines that I love. Elia is one of them, starts with an I. I recently discovered another brand that I really love called Aleph Beauty, starts with an A. They're beautiful, but I mean, there's so many awesome clean beauty brands out there now. Um, so I would say it depends. If you are super clean beauty route, you could probably expect to pay a little bit more. Unfortunately, in the drugstore, the super clean formulas and things that some women are really picky about, you can't really find them in a drugstore. So I would just kind of say, depending on what route you're going for, if it's clean beauty all the way, just expect to probably pay a little bit more.
Sure.
Whereas if you're a little bit open to stuff that, I don't want to say it's not clean, but
Right. Right.
yeah, if you're at the drugstore, but I have noticed that they've been started to coming out with more and more natural things. It still has a long way to go to catch up with the premium brands, but I mean, it just depends.
Yeah. So, as far as habits go, how can we make a habit of doing some type of skincare routine and doing some type of makeup routine? It doesn't have to be every day, but if it's day where you're like, man, I'm just not feeling my best, like what are some habits we could do around skincare and makeup when we want to feel our best and make it stick?
Oh, wow. Well, it all comes down to really how much time you're taking out for yourself and what type of priority have you made you in your life. So, um, I would say that, to wash your face once a day at night, maybe make that your little hack and your little ritual, right? You take a shower every day. So why not make that a ritual as well? So just sometimes just standing at the sink for 5 minutes. And like you were talking about in one of your episodes, just taking the time to box breathe, right? You just breathe in, you just, I mean, it sounds kind of corny, but a lot of times basically picking one simple thing, saying to yourself, okay, washing my face at the sink at night and breathing is my little hack to take care of myself, and that's what I'm going to do every single night, 7 days a week. So giving yourself 5-10 minutes, that's not a big ask.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that because I attach a lot of habits when I create customized habit loops for my clients to their skincare routine. Because so many women, we are going to be at our bathroom sink at some point before we go to bed. We're brushing our teeth. Usually we'll wash our face regardless if we have makeup on or not. So why not attach some healthy habits to it, like mindset, affirmations, prayer time, like you said, breathing while you're just, going through your skincare routine. I think it's such a great opportunity to stack on some habits that are so itty bitty, because for it to stick, it has to be super tiny and super, super simple. So if you're already doing something and you feel like you have some type of routine, this is really easy to stack on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I told a friend of mine, oh, I don't have time for myself. I don't have time for my skin. I said, you know what? Why don't you put a face mask on while you do dishes? You can multitask, right? You can pamper yourself a little bit. People might make fun of you in the house. Who cares? Whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It's just you can. I mean, in that sense, multitasking is good, because if you feel that you can't really carve out any time, well, you could do something easy like that.
Yeah, I totally approve of that multitasking for sure. Well, and that's kind of like the whole Atomic Habits for Women philosophy that I teach, is just thinking about habits differently and making it super simple and not opening up another tab. And if we can make skincare, makeup uncomplicated, like you said from the very beginning, Jennifer, meet in the middle where it's not over the top. You're not doing absolutely nothing. It's really going to help you build confidence in yourself. Because I'm sure every woman listening today has at some point put on some mascara or their favorite lip gloss and was like, okay, I'm kind of feeling myself. I feel really good right now.
I'm rocking it. I know. Yeah. And that is the great part about makeup and skincare, is it gives us that little spa moment, that little happy, kick that we need to feel good about ourselves. And again, so many women that I meet, they do want to keep it simple though. They want to be able to take care of themselves, but not have that take over everything, without the 10-step skincare and the 20-step makeup routine.
Yes. Well, we talk a lot about health, and like, we got to get just back to the basics, uncomplicate it, make it simple. And when it comes to mindset habits, I think skincare, makeup, beauty is very important. And it's not something that you should feel guilty or that it's selfish, but oftentimes it's necessary for our own self-esteem and our own confidence. And that spills into every other area of your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to take care of yourself, and especially as women and moms, and we're working, whether we're outside or inside, working from home, we have to be at our best, and we have to feel good about ourselves, because the truth is, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy.
We've
right?
said that a time or two. Yep.
Yeah, she has to feel good about herself. And that's where just the simple hacks and the simple habits come in. You can take care of yourself and have it be simple at the same time. So a lot of women put off taking care of themselves because they think it's going to take too long. It's going to and they're going to feel guilty about it. Well, let's just think of them as simple as we can get them, little hacks, and pop them in our day, so at night, like we were saying, standing at your sink. If you have to do it while you're doing dishes, fine. Or if you do it at the end of your day when you're washing your face, breathing, whatever, that's your time. It's okay, even if it's tiny, because at least you're doing something.
Absolutely. I love this conversation so much. I think it was really important for our ladies to hear today. Jennifer, I also know you have a free gift for everyone. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I do. It's called the Skin Reset Guide. It's something that I wrote, again, to get women back to basics, especially if their skin is misbehaving. A lot of women complain this time of year about all kinds of things because you're in air conditioning all the time, half the time, and then you're going outside sweating and humidity. So our skin can get dry, dehydrated, textured, heat sensitive in the summer, all kinds of problems. So it's all about simple hacks and things that you can do, usually without having to buy anything, that can kind of turn those issues around quickly without having, you to think to yourself, oh, I have to go buy 5 more products to follow this regimen. Right. No. Oftentimes it's just getting down to bare bones. And that's what this guide is all about.
I love that so much. We'll make sure to link that in the show notes. And where can everyone connect with you and find out more about you?
Well, they can definitely find me on my website, jenniferchristopherson.com. And I usually spend time mostly on the podcast, my podcast, Beauty Advice Made Simple, or my YouTube channel. I don't even have a TikTok. I kind of do Instagram, but usually only to remind people, hey, come over and find me on the podcast.
Exactly.
Come over and watch me on YouTube. So yeah.
That's where it's at, girl. All right. We'll make sure to link everything in the show notes. Jennifer, thank you so much for this conversation.
Emily, thank you for having me. I had such a good time. Thank you.
Jennifer, thank you so much for this conversation. I loved listening back to it. And I know our audience is going to be able to take action to help them find that middle ground like we talked about and help them feel their most confident self from the inside out. So gang, like I do on every episode when we have one of our amazing guests, let's talk about my 3 biggest takeaways for you. I've gotten such great feedback over the years of having the show, of doing this, because I know y'all are busy and sometimes at the end you're like, I just need the cliff notes. Here's what my personal 3 biggest takeaways for you from this conversation with Jennifer from Beauty Advice Made Simple. So, number 1, what makes you feel good and enhances your own confidence? That's personal to you. That is so personal to you, girlfriend. And it's so easy to compare ourselves to others on social media. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, so many influencers saying, buy this product, buy that product, use my code, do this, do that. And when you see it over and over again and you're like, gosh, her skin looks so great, you try it. And then that's when we become overindulgent. We feel guilty. No. Stick to what helps you feel your most confident. Like I said, me wearing mascara or lashes helps me feel my most confident. You might have listened to that and been like, there's no way. No, but there is something I know that you can do for yourself to help you feel just a little put together and your most confident self. You have to create some type of habit of being in the middle where it's not overwhelming and it's not overindulgent and you're not feeling guilty, but there is a middle ground. Okay, so next, her best tips. This is all just like one big tip from her. Okay. So she mentioned keep your skincare simple because this is going to save you time, right? We don't have time to do a 20-30 skincare a routine every night, right? You need to cleanse, hydrate, moisturize, and SPF 30. Okay. You can do your research on that. Go follow Jennifer's show too. She has so many other really great beauty advice tips for you as well. This was the biggest one for me is you don't have to wash your face first thing again in the morning. This blew my mind, right? And she's right. If you're doing a skincare routine before you go to bed, you've been marinating in that all night. Just let it go. You're just going to layer more, wash it off and then layer more products on. You're going to use up the product more quickly and have to buy more. And it's going to save you time. Just so, like I said, I love to splash some cold water on my face in the morning. And I use an ice roller on my face, especially when I'm up at like 4 a.m. to go teach group fitness because sometimes I have bags under my eyes. Let's be real. But it's going to save you money. It's going to save you time. And she mentioned products that are multi-purpose. So I personally love a tinted moisturizer with an SPF. Makes me feel put together, especially in the winter when I'm feeling not so tan and a little bit pale. So those were some really great big tips for you as far as like my second biggest takeaway. And my third is habit stacking to take care of yourself while you do your skincare, right? There is so many of us that are at our bathroom sink at night, and why not habit stack some other habits on top of there for your mindset, right? So many habit loops begin with your skincare routine. I can't even begin to tell you how many customized habit loops I've made for my one-on-one clients when I do a schedule audit for them to help them work on mindset while they're doing their skincare routine. You're at the sink. Let's make the most of our time. She mentioned doing box breathing. You can even write affirmations or prayer time while you are washing your face and brushing your teeth. I love that so much. Or she even mentioned a face mask while doing the dishes. Love that. You might scare your kids a little bit, but hey, they'll get it. They'll see mom taking care of herself, which is beautiful. So Jennifer, thank you so much for this conversation. Gang, I'll make sure to link a freebie from Jennifer for you all and her show in the show notes so you can go follow her, get even more beauty tips from her. I know I'm specifically interested in anti-aging and keeping my skin safe and looking young as I'm heading into my mid-40s. I'll be 43 in August, and I want to look and feel my best from the inside out. I love this episode so much, and I hope you find a middle ground for your own skincare and beauty habits to help you feel your most confident from the inside out. Remember, you are beautifully and wonderfully made, and you deserve to feel your very best, and your kids deserve to get the very best version of you as well. If you need some more self-care ideas to help you show up as that best version of yourself, like we talked about in this episode, go grab my free self-care checklist. It's linked in the show notes for you as well. You can also go to bit.ly/freebie self-care checklist. I have ideas on there and also a habit tracker for you. How could I not? I'm the habit hacking queen, right? Someone called me that the other day and I'm like, I am adopting that. All right. Thank you again so much. You are so beautiful from the inside out, girlfriend. I'll catch up with you later this week. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you are ready to take action in creating your own habit loops, then I want to invite you to take the 3-day Habit Loop Bootcamp email challenge. You'll learn how to create your own cue, routine, and reward from that Atomic Habits for Women philosophy that we've shared here on the show. And it's also available audio only too, so you can take it on the go while you're mom Ubering around town. Just go to bit.ly/habitloopbootcamp. It's linked in the show notes as well to start taking action now. And if you love the show, the biggest way you can support me and other mamas like you is to leave a quick written review so we can help more mamas stop dieting and start training for life via habit hacking. Love and appreciate you.